Friends, we are nearing the end of Lent. Let us then review how we could follow the Lord during these holy days and renew our way of life. First, obedience to the Father. For Jesus, the will of the Father is primary. My food is to do the will of the one who sent me and to finish his work, he says in the Gospel of St. John. He did everything, bore everything, and lost everything to fulfill the will of God whom he called his Father. He even offered his life that we might be reconciled to the Father. These really come from his obedience to the Father that springs from love. Now we turn to ourselves, human beings. How are we obeying God? He tells us to be good stewards of creation. He tells us to love one another and to take care of the needy and the marginalized. He tells us to hear his word and share it to all. Are we responding to these in obedience to the Father as Jesus did? Second, service of others. Jesus did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. He would go from one place to another as a simple servant in order to bring, to share, and to make people feel the presence of God and their human dignity. Who is not moved by his gestures to the sick, to those who had been pushed to the margins by society, the tax collectors, the woman caught in adultery, the lepers, the children, among many others. In Jesus, we see that true worship of God is seen in the way we regard and serve those whom he calls the least of our brothers and sisters. Are we following with a sincere heart this path traced by Jesus? Let us make haste and serve him in the poor and the lowly. Lastly, intense prayer of communion with God. In the scriptures, we see that Jesus would withdraw from the crowd to find a quiet place to pray. This is very important, brothers and sisters, because following Jesus in obeying the Father and in being at the service of others is never easy. Obstacles and challenges really come, not only physical ones, but also spiritual. So as we journey towards the peripheries with Jesus, let us also never forget to pause and contemplate over our life, our service, our obedience. Only by sharing prayerful moments with the one who sends us would our spirit be renewed and refreshed, enabling us to continue following Jesus, to do more, to give more, to love more. There you go, brothers and sisters. Let us consider these three basic ways of following Jesus. Our discipleship is latched on obeying the Father, on being at the service of our brothers and sisters, and on being in constant prayerful communion with Jesus, whom we follow and love.